YouTube, the final frontier. These are the live streams of the channel Captain McKay Random. Its continuing mission? To explore strange new action figures, to seek out new hobbies and new conversations, to boldly stream where no one has streamed before. Here we go. Once again, I'm here in the lab. It seems like it's Wednesday, about Vader time. It means it's time for a stream. My name is Captain McKay. If you are here, you knew that already, because you've probably been coming here quite a few weeks now. We got some of the same faces. I like seeing all that. Good deal. Let me move my desktop around here just so I'll be able to see the chat and be able to have a nice conversation with everybody here tonight. How's people doing? Made it halfway through the week. The work week for me, which is, the front half of the week is always kind of much longer and more drawn out than the next couple of days are going to be. Plus, I'm going to see King Diamond on Friday. Nice heavy metal concert. I'm a rock and roll boy, so that'll be fun. Let's see. I saw some Eric Bischoff theme song lyrics before. Space Case, what's up? Kaimo, not your average basket case, not to be confused with Space Case. They're here at the same time. Let's see. Joseph Miga, Zombie, Latoya, what's going on? Machine Dragon Nero. Let's see. Yeah. Not my average basket case. There we go. Have I seen Joker? No spoilers. Yeah, we talked about it. Let me move in a little bit here. We talked about it at some point on one of the streams not too long ago. Yeah, it was like last week and the week before. I haven't been giving away like tons of spoilers or anything because I know there's still some people who haven't seen it. So we'll keep it spoiler free as much as we can. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. Wasn't a big action-packed superhero movie, but I think most people kind of knew that it wasn't gonna be. So I feel like most people were probably okay with that. Let's see. Latoya says, "Do I ever watch custom Titantrons of my favorite wrestlers?" Not by habit, but every now and then I'll come across one. Like, I won't seek them out, but if I see one, it's pretty cool. Like, there's people that do, like, mashup ones, too, where they'll, like, take a group, for example, and decide, like, this guy belongs in this group, so, like, DX. They'll take footage of the other guy that wasn't in DX and splice it into the Titantron to make it look like he was in there. So, yeah, I think it's interesting. It's cool. It's good editing. Space Case, did I ever get into Merciful Fate? Yeah, I like Merciful Fate. I'm trying to think some of my favorite stuff. I got the greatest hits of theirs first, and then later on I went and got some of their albums. It was let's see, Time was one of them. In the Shadows was great. Let's see, some of the earlier ones I had too, but I can't remember off the top of my head which ones. But yeah, King Diamond, I liked all the theatricality and the silliness that goes along with it. Plus, he's ridiculous. So, as soon as I figured out I was going to be able to make this concert happen, I'm like, yeah, I'm going. Rate Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? 10 out of 10. I mean, it's not fair to compare him to other actors who played the Joker, really, because he's not playing the same type of role. But for the role that this movie wanted, and for the role that he played in this movie, I don't see how he'd get anything less than a 10, honestly. Zombie says, have I seen the first wave of the New Japan figures from Super 7? I pre-ordered that first wave. I like them. I've seen 4 pictures, I think. But Okada looks really nice. And Ospreay actually looks really nice, too. So, at the very least, I think I want to get Okada just to see what the figures are all about. And that seems like a good one to have just to kind of compare with like the Mattel stuff. Kaimo Films saw your Scorpion review earlier today, and I think I might get him. Kaimo is referring to this review that I just put up on the channel earlier today. I shot it last night because I got home from work and I stopped over at where was it? Well, kind of a longer story, but yeah. Moral of the story is go check this video out if you haven't, if you have any interest. But yeah, so last night I came home from work. I had to go to take my car in to get the inspection done and everything, and stopped at GameStop afterwards, and they had Scorpions, so I picked them up. I also, while I was getting my car worked on, Mountain Man, when I came home, he's like, "Why don't you take the Batman comic with you? The Batman Who Laughs." He bought the whole series in like the individual issues, so I took the first issue and I read it. Not bad. I don't know if anybody's read that yet, but the first issue, it's got some interesting things laid out in it. There's certain parts where I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to have to go with this because I don't know what they're talking about and why the Joker has this thing going for him now. But really not bad. So I am going to check out the rest of them. They're out there in the living room somewhere, so we'll be checking those out. Let's see. How's my back? Well, you know, it's okay. I've had years to recover from backstage mayhem, but, you know, unfortunately, just being the working man, back always hurts a little bit. Let's see. Do I like Dan Severn? Do I think he should have been in No Mercy? I do like Dan Severn, but I don't even remember any of his moves, so putting him in No Mercy wouldn't have made a ton of sense, I don't think. Let's see. Is Nicholson my favorite Joker? Also, I like the new Wolverine figure. Thank you. I like that Wolverine. He's up on the table over there, but that's a good figure. It's one you can just buy by itself, too, which is definitely a plus. As for Nicholson, I do think he might still be my favorite Joker, and that's not taking anything away from Heath Ledger or anybody else, but I've always really liked that movie. Not your average basket case. I freaking love Batman Who Laughs. Scott Snyder is my boy. Nice. See, I'm going to finish, maybe this week sometime, I'm going to finish reading all the issues. Let's see, Dan the Man, Gato Pero. I want Will Ospreay, but also see they come with belts, each one of them. I did notice that, but I didn't really get a great look at the belts. Are they all meant to be the same belt, or is it like one will come with, for example, like the Intercontinental belt, and the other one will come with like the IWGP Heavyweight belt? BJ Palm, what's going on? Hanging out, man. It's Wednesday. It's Vader time. You know where I'm at. Speaking of where I'm at, I've been on Wrestling Figs looking at some of the new stuff they showed for Ringside Fest, and some of the stuff is looking pretty good. Let's have a quick look at some of these. We got some of the group pictures here. I see that Goldberg in the back looking real nice. I'm going to be picking that up. You see Jim Neidhart there in between Finn Balor and Natty Neidhart. Pretty cool stuff. There's that Mick Foley off to the side that I think doesn't look great, but the Goldberg is definitely going to be picked up from me. Let's see. We got some of these other new elites. The Daniel Bryan's not looking bad. Who else is even in this? Kairi Sane. That's her name, I think. I don't remember. We got, a few different things. Pretty cool. And then over here, obviously you've got, it looks like Viscera and China prototypes, which I know China being involved is going to make some of the people here in the chat pretty happy because she comes up pretty frequently. And then lastly, we've got some of these other ones here. We got Matt Hardy in the back. You got Wendy Richter. You got Kurt Angle, which the Kurt Angle I like. There's another picture of him here where you can actually see his gear, and I do think they did a pretty good job with that. So I'm definitely down for that. And one of the other cool things, let's just get a look at Jim Neidhart for a second. This is meant to be kind of a 95/97 Jim Neidhart. So it's got the Hart Foundation jacket, but the gear is more like new generation, like 95 era. So we'll see how that looks. I do like that he comes with a cloth jacket, though, because it goes well with the Brett that came out back in Defining Moments, and the Bulldog and the Pillman and everything that have all the cloth goods. And lastly, we finally got our, later era Lita, our... I guess you would call this the rated R Lita. I don't know. That's who this looks like anyway. So, hey, I know somebody was actually just asking about that last week, I want to say, in the chat here. So now we finally got it. So yeah, some good stuff coming out, I think. Let's see now. Got to go back up. I think it's different belts. Okay. Joseph Miga, any other fighting games you like besides Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat? I like Soul Calibur. I actually have the newest Soul Calibur. I haven't played a ton of it, really, but maybe now I'll get the chance to play a little bit more this winter because, as some of you might know, Doom Eternal was supposed to come out this month, and it got pushed back till March of next year. So I'm gonna need something to play over the winter. So maybe Soul Calibur. Let's see. Kaimo Films ordered a Blue Yeti today and should be here in time for my Saturday streams. I borrowed my friend's last week and immediately wanted one. Nice. Very nice. BJ Palm says Goldberg looking nice. Got to switch his thighs though. They gave him smaller ones for some reason. I'm not huge on that they did. I don't know why. Like for some reason, Mattel. I noticed it on Steve Austin too. They could have given him like Cody Rhodes legs, which are a little bit bigger, and it would have made the figure look overall just much better. But I don't know. Their part choices are strange. But I do like that gear for Goldberg. That's kind of what I always... Well, not how I picture him in my head, but that was kind of when I got most familiar with Goldberg, was when he was at WWE, because I didn't watch a ton of WCW. So that kind of half black, half white biker short look he had going, I dug it. I thought it was good. Angle's attire looks like his TNA run. He may have worn it there too. I'm not sure. Let's see. What X-Men movies have I seen? Asks Logan Doughty. I think I've seen all of them except Dark Phoenix. Because I saw the first three. I got the first three out there. I've seen both Wolverine movies. I've seen Logan. I've seen First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, but not Dark Phoenix. So I think that's all of them. And both Deadpool movies, if you want to count those. Swig of beer for the working man. Well, how about that? Appears I'm actually drinking Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. That's right. Swig of beer for the working man, indeed. Let's see. What's the one action figure that has always eluded you, been on the wish list for what seems like forever? Do you mean one that exists already? That's tough because there's a few that I definitely like could still get if I just wanted to pay for them, like secondary market prices. So I'm definitely waiting on certain prices to either drop or for re-releases to happen or something like that. But for the most part, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, honestly. That's an interesting question. Have I played Injustice? Yeah, I like Injustice. I actually played a lot of Injustice 1, and I have Injustice 2, and I beat it, and I have like all the like the Ninja Turtles and Hellboy and all the other characters, but I just really didn't put much time into it. So that's something I can revisit. Let's see. My favorite fighting game character of all time. Let's see. Fighting game. We're not talking about Hagar from Final Fight because that's a beat 'em up. It's not a fighting game. But that's not easy. Are you talking about character or are you talking about who I like to play as? Because those answers might be different. I've always liked Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Lizardman from Soul Calibur. Vega from Street Fighter I like. Damn, yeah, there's too many to list. Kurt just stopped practicing on Satsuken to be here with me. Well, I do appreciate that. Don't let me be the cause of your slipping practice, though. Swig of bourbon, man. The working man with a day off. Crispy. BJ Palm, how is that Stone Cold IPA? I like it. I mean, I like IPAs, so this one is a little bit more mellow than a lot of like the more crazy hop-filled IPAs you're going to get. So it's not quite as intense as some of those. I do enjoy it, though. Pretty mellow. Kaimo Films, how smooth are the joints on the new McFarlane Mortal Kombat figures? Sub-Zero was a little bit stiff inside the shoulders, but everything else was fine. Scorpion, for the most part, seems like he's fine. And I did, if you watch the video, I got his freaking sword stuck in the sheath. I was able to get that out, and now it's to the point where I can put it in and take it out again, and it's fine. I had to, put it in boiling water and sit there and, pull at it before it finally came out. So, man, it's never easy, is it? Let's see. If I was the Godfather, who would be my hoes from the past and present? Are you talking about on wrestling? I'm going to go with people that have appeared on wrestling. I suppose if I'm the Godfather and I want the finest hoes, Um, hmm. We're gonna have to go with some of the divas that were on the roster around the invasion slash start of the ruthless aggression. So we're talking. We can get Lita in there. We can get Stacy Keibler in there. Tori Wilson, and what's one more? Well, I would say Trish, but that's too many blondes. Um, Victoria. She started as a hoe on camera anyway, so let's put her back in the Godfather stable. And that's now. I've just put them in a category they probably wanted to forget. Let's see. What is a good Captain America figure for me to buy? I need a new cap. Mine's old. I just got, well, I didn't just get it, but the 80th anniversary, I'm looking for it. It's, give me 1 second. It's right there on the table. As a matter of fact, we got, there we go. 80th anniversary Marvel Legends cap. This was tough to find in stores, but I was able to just order it online, Walmart. So there you go. It's Hasbro. It's in the new 80th anniversary, like black box packaging. Looks really nice. I've seen some people say they prefer like a lighter color blue to the dark, but I honestly don't mind the dark. It's a really nice figure. I'd say if you're in the market for Captain America, you might even still be able to find this at Walmart. How much did Scorpion and Sub-Zero cost? About $25 a piece. I mean, I know I said the price at the end of the Scorpion video, but I can't remember if I said it in Sub-Zero. But yeah, $24.99 at GameStop. You might be able to find them cheaper if you go to a different place. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Gato Para. I was recently able to acquire Toy Biz McFarlane Spider-Man, which I didn't need, but saw the opportunity to cross it off my wish list. So I pulled the trigger for $200 in box. In box, that's not bad, and that's still a pretty distinct looking figure too. So like, if you want that specific version of Spider-Man, then that's really your only option. So I'd say that's not terrible, especially if it's something that you know you want. I'm tempted to remove the geese from the MK figures and see how the articulation looks. If they're fully sculpted, some of the soft goods might look nice. Oh, the McFarlane? Yeah, I wasn't really sure honestly about like the ab crunch. Because like it looks like there's a cut like right around where the ab crunch would be, but Scorpion and Sub-Zero both have those plastic like vest ski looking things, so you can't really get a ton of movement out of them. But I'd be interested to hear if that actually happens. Let's see. Kaimo says the McFarlane versus Storm MK figures like NECA versus SH Monster Arts for me. A cheaper okay quality versus a higher end, more expensive figure. And now I have another franchise to worry about. Yeah, that's not a bad comparison. The one thing I will say that's just a little different is the style of character. Because like McFarlane is doing the brand new like MK11 looks, and Storm is doing most of the classic stuff. So ultimately it comes down to whether you like the newer stuff or the older stuff better. I'm just a Mortal Kombat fan, so I buy all of it if I can. But yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, with the McFarlane stuff, there's nothing wrong with those figures. Like, they pose really well. You can have fun messing with them, and, like, I got them out there on the shelf with the Storm figures, so they do all look pretty cool together. So, I mean, yeah, definitely worth it. Let's see. How much did the 80th anniversary Captain America cost? I'm on a budget. It's like a $25, I think. It's a Marvel Legends figure, so it wasn't any more than that. Let's see. Kurt Angle said his wrestling career was better in TNA than WWE. Your thoughts? I can't really comment because I don't know enough about what Kurt Angle was doing in TNA to be able to give you a solid answer. I know in WWE he had a lot of great matches, but I imagine in TNA he probably has some good ones too to make him say that. Let's see. Should have smelled what the Croc was cooking. I remember. Oh, DX. Good old D-Generation X impersonating the Nation on Raw. Let's see. Stacy Keibler, Alexis LeRae, Mickie James, and Trish Stratus. Oh, I got you. So those are that's your host, Abel. Good deal. Let's see. Is Juggernaut going to be in Brotherhood? I don't see why he wouldn't, especially now that there's a brand new awesome figure of him. But I just gotta finish Brotherhood, which I guess means I gotta finish 2 other projects that I have lined up now already. Speaking of finishing, finish him. I got Scorpion here, and this is the one I've been using for animating. And because I've been posing it around so much, like this arm, it's not doing it so much now, but it's a little loose. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to tighten these figures back up after I finish this long, drawn-out animation that I've been doing. Machine Dragon Nero. I'm waiting for a Storm Collectibles Johnny Cage. They showed a prototype, I think, of the head sculpt, so I would assume one is coming. I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually show it at New York Comic Con, but they did show Raiden, which nobody expected to see Raiden, so that's really cool. Let's see. Kurt Angle had a broken neck in TNA, still had to do everything he wanted. He's, Kurt Angle, when you want to wrestle, he's going to wrestle. I guess there's just no stopping a man like that. Joseph Miga, have I ever played any of the King of Fighters games? I do not believe I have. I know a couple of the characters because Storm has made figures of them, and they look nice. I just don't know anything about them, so I haven't bought any of them. But I think you got, like, Omega Rugal is one of the guys. Like, Terry Bogard is one of the guys, I think, who just showed up in Smash Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Gato Pero says, am I a tech geek? I need a new computer. My laptop from 2010 can no longer cut it when it comes to editing my stop motions. It freezes. I'm eyeing an all-in-one HBK desktop. Do you have any recommends? I mean, I've been running Mac for like 10 years now. I'm actually going to get a replacement for this computer that I'm using right now fairly soon. So that I'm really not looking forward to spending that money. But I've had good luck with Macs, so that's kind of what I like. And plus, they run a lot of the programs that I use for editing and, you know, just all the different things I do. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this time next week I'll be streaming from a new computer. You never know. Is it weird that LaToya has a special place in her heart from Ninja Turtles despite being a Power Rangers fan? I don't know. You're allowed to like more than just one thing. Obviously, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. If you focus your attention over here, you got some turtles there. So, yeah, we know what it's all about here in Apartment 9 at Vader Time. 3 words for you. I thought X-Men Days of Future Past was the most brutal of all the X-Men movies. Probably because of that opening scene where they all just get killed, and then at the end where they all just get killed more. Space Case. Kurt Angle's best year was 2000. He won the European, Intercontinental, and WWF Championship, and King of the Ring. Yeah, that was a monster year for Kurt Angle, especially considering, like, he did it all in less than a year, basically, because he debuted at Survivor Series, and then I think Survivor Series was where he beat The Rock? I don't really remember, but maybe it wasn't. But, yeah, monster rookie year. It was awesome. Let's see. Tone, Parliament Funkadelic, Prince, music. Out of those 3, Prince for me. Health-wise, Angle was probably worse in TNA. Yeah, I'm sure, because he just kept taking all these terrible risks, and he was... that's when he kept getting, like, DWIs and stuff, too. And so he probably had some, like, self-medicating issues that he may or may not have wanted to admit to, but I don't know. Let's see. No need to worry, everyone. Logan Surreal has arrived on the stream. Very nice. Let's see. Just got to say the Mortal Kombat stop motion is looking killer. Can't wait to see it. Wrestling Evil Within. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just started animating tonight on a new set. Nothing crazy or fancy, but it's I basically was just testing, but I liked how it looked, so I kept going a little bit before the stream, and I'm happy with it. I don't have a ton to do on this set, which is nice because that means I only have one more set piece left to film, and then the whole thing I can just edit and be done with it. And I know I'm going to be happy when it's done because because A, that'll mean it's finished and I don't have to work on it anymore. But B, there is a lot of cool stuff in there that I think people are going to dig. Let's see. Daddle's. Oh, well, let's go back up to Gato Pero first. What program is the best for editing stop motion? I've been using Windows Movie Maker. I want to move on to better. What do you use and is it free? Well, no. I use Final Cut Express, which is not free. Final Cut, I don't know if you can get it cheap now. I have no idea. Like, the newer versions of Final Cut are nothing like the old one that I use. I've been thinking about upgrading to Adobe Premiere, I want to say. That's something Matt Goldberg told me about a while back, so I may look into that. But otherwise, I've been using Final Cut Express for pretty much everything. Datalinks Magnus says, so I just rewatched your X-Men Brotherhood series, and now that Hasbro's released so many awesome updates, any chance you're going to add another episode or finish it soon? I'd love to, but right now I've got 2 big projects on the horizon, the one I'm working on now, and then another one pretty much immediately after it that I'd like to have done. But, I liked Brotherhood, and I like working on it. It's a lot of fun. I just need to make that time and just basically motivate myself to finish it. Jeff Hardy also has major drug problems. Yeah, that guy can't seem to clean himself up, can he? He's like pretty much regularly been either arrested or like fired for substance issues, like all this other stuff. Like, yeah, I feel for the guy, but at the same time, like, you got to get this guy better help if he just keeps doing all the same stuff. Let's see, Latoya says, the problem with Power Rangers, it's had worse seasons and too many style changes. Ninja Turtles are timeless. That's the thing, too, with Ninja Turtles, is there's so many different versions now. Like, some people like the cornier, like, sillier 80s, 90s versions, so you can watch that show. If you like a little bit more serious tone, there's the one from, like, 2002 or 3. And I actually recently just restarted watching the 2013, 2012, I don't remember when, but the CG Turtles that came out, and that's a lot of fun. I like that show. Let's see. What's the best feeling in the world? Finishing an animation and releasing it and feeling great about it. It's just the best. Yeah, definitely. Especially, I mean, I know I don't need to explain this to you because you take your time with things too, but especially if it's something that you spend a lot of time doing and tweaking and just perfecting to the way you want it. Like, yeah, getting it out there and seeing the feedback, there's nothing like it. Where's X-Men Brotherhood? Yeah. Wolverine needs, he needs a paycheck. Let's see. Another good video by Cap is definitely Thor vs. Superman from a while back. That was a lot of fun, too. I mean, that was just kind of my, let's just do something fun. Doesn't have to connect with anything else I've ever done. It's just going to be a battle. Because I just did Batman vs. Deathstroke before that. And I was like, I had fun with these little fight videos. Because the whole point of that was, story time with the captain, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. The whole point of those videos was I just wanted to film something like that I didn't have to put a lot of thought or story into, because I had just done like some X-Men Brotherhood, and obviously a lot of that is like storytelling, so I didn't want to have to really think about much. So Batman versus Deathstroke, he shows up, finds Deathstroke, they fight, the end. Superman versus Thor, I caught myself writing like a story again. I'm like, well, okay, this whole thing is going to be a plot, and then Thor is going to be, Superman is going to think it's Darkseid, and that's why they fight, and it's all going to be a trick from Loki and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I can't just do a fight scene, can I? I can't just have 2 characters fight for no reason. I need there to be a story. And so that's been my biggest downfall, I think, as a creator of animation, is because I need there to be a reason why you're watching what you're watching. Story over. Anyway, let's see. What do I think of Bishop, the X-Men character? I like him. I had the action figure laying around here somewhere because I had a bunch of the X-Men figures taken out because I was messing with the new 3-pack that I got, the Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey. It's a good set. Oh, excuse me. It's not a bad set. I mean, the Cyclops and Wolverine, they're not perfect. I do like things about each of them, and I do prefer the original versions for other reasons, But the Jean Grey is like much better than the old Rocket Raccoon Build-A-Figure one, I think. Let's see. Machine Dragon Nero. All right, well, hey, glad you could stop in. 2012. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. As a guy, is it weird that I love to play as a girl in video games, such as fighting or adventure games? I mean, I can't say that's weird. I like, in Mortal Kombat, I like playing as Kitana. I mean, I was talking about Sub-Zero before, but MK11, some of my favorite characters are Sub-Zero, Shao Kahn, Kitana, and Jax. And you know what? I'm nothing like any of those people. So, it's just about having fun. Street Fighter has some awesome female characters, too. Like, obviously, Chun-Li, Cammy, you know, your go-tos, but Street Fighter V, I really like Laura. She like had that weird like kind of half braided, half like flowing hair, and like the bright green like almost like Brazilian looking gear that she wore. She was awesome. I love Laura. Data Links agreed. Finishing stop motion and releasing it is a great feeling. You ain't wrong. Swig of beer, not my average basket case. My favorite video by me is Batman vs. Deathstroke. Well, thank you. Oh, man, I appreciate that. So, I guess there are people out there that don't want to really pay much attention to a plot then. They just want to see a fight scene. And that makes sense because there's a lot of animations on YouTube that have like millions of views and all it is figures fighting. And that's never just been my thing, unfortunately. So, I could be a lot more popular on YouTube if I would just stop thinking so much. Let's see. Kaimo Films said, I feel like you've answered this, but what's your FPS? Personally, I animate at 24. Mine is actually pretty low. Mine is typically 15, but I always adjust it. So in other words, like after I've made my animation, I'll like sequence it and everything and get it the way I need it to get. And then I'll export it as a movie, like just a movie file. And then if I need to speed up or slow things down in that, like I'll just speed and slow down the segments I want faster or slower. So for example, like a guy punching at 15 frames a second, he might go like this, and it'll all be the same kind of speed. If I'm working with a video file, I can like kind of slow this motion down and then like really accent that motion, and it just works better for me. I'm more used to animating video than I am animating like individual animation like frames. So I think that just works better for me. I don't know if other people do it the same way or not. Let's see. Swig of bourbon for the working man. Katana, small sword. Well, great sword. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Katana. It's odd that she doesn't actually use katanas at all. Like her name should be like Fan. Burnout Inc. He's here. What do you miss? Oh, well, you know, we're partying, man. You may have missed, we talked about some of these figures from Ringside Fest. I'm digging this Kurt Angle. I do like it. I do like this Lita also. Pretty good stuff. And Jim the Anvil. Can't be mad at that. But one of the other ones I didn't even know we were supposed to be getting was this Goldberg one back here. Definitely going to pick that up because I always liked the half white, half black gear on Goldberg. So I'm excited. Couple new elites in my future then. That'll be nice. Thoughts on the Ultimate HBK, says Joseph Miga. I'm going to get it, but the pictures I saw, I couldn't find any. I was going to try and get them, but the pictures I saw didn't really convince me on the, I think it was like the head sculpt looked weird, like he was shouting, but it didn't really look like Shawn Michaels, so I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to get it regardless, so hopefully it's better. Let's see. Soft spot for Batman. I don't blame you. I've always been a Batman fan. And yet, in spite of all it, I don't have a Batman figure set up anywhere in this room, I don't think. Which is unusual for me. Goldberg for ending Bret Hart's career. Yeah, not a big proponent of wrestlers hurting each other. But then in the end, you know, Bret Hart, he wasn't in a great place mentally at that point anyway. Like, he was kind of defeated after the whole Montreal thing, and like, I love Bret Hart, but he wasn't exactly putting his best foot forward in WCW. Let's see. the females are the face of the Dead or Alive franchise. Is that a fighting game that turned into a beach volleyball game, or was it the other way around? Because I feel like it was first a fighting game, and then they're just like, we know why guys are playing this game. Let's just give them a beach game and call it a day. What else we got? That's not a knife. Yeah, it's a knife. Super soft spot for Batman. Kaimo Films. I tried out something like that for my project last summer. Filmed at 24, put it at 0.5 or 0.75 speed, but all it did was decrease the FPS. I do blur also. Like, I have some motion blur in there, which helps alleviate some of that. Like, it doesn't look quite as choppy or quite as I don't even know what you call it. Like, it eliminates some of that clipping that's in there. Motion blur works for like wrestling, especially because it's like meant to look like television, and there's always a little bit of like delay with that. I use it with the Godzilla monsters too. So like doing like Aftermath, for example, like you're moving the figure so small, like the figure's kind of small as it is, and you're moving him so little at a time. Blurring it helps with that for me. Let's see. Dead or Alive was and is a fighting game. Okay, good. I was pretty sure, but I wasn't 100% on that one. I'm trying to think of what else I came across recently that I was going to talk about here on the old stream. I'm looking at the table like I put something on the table, but I definitely didn't. Yeah, it'll come to me. What figures is everybody else looking forward to here in the near future? If Burnout Inc. is still listening, I'm glad he got his figures. I sent Saturday, I think. I found a couple of figures last week that were in Walmart. I'm like, oh, okay, this is that Gerald Briscoe. Let me see if Burnout Inc. needs it. So I got in touch with him. He's like, yeah, definitely. And he also wanted the Gargano, so I picked that up too. And so sent those out Saturday. He got them like on Monday, I think he had them, which was crazy. So, that's two figures that he now owns that, happy to help. That's what I do. If I don't buy wrestling figures for myself that much these days, I can at least look out for other people, right? But I'm trying to think what wrestling figures are coming out anytime in the near future that I might be into. I know the Ultimate Edition Triple H looks pretty good. I do want to get that. And, what's the other one in that wave? Is that Brock Lesnar? Or is Brock Lesnar with Shawn Michaels? I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, no. You know what? It's Finn Balor. I do remember that. Okay, never mind. Let's see. The peak of human effort. Batman. Not as dumb as you think. No, I like Batman. I mean, I'm a big fan. How can a woman with a whip take on someone with a utility belt? I mean, you gotta just be pretty sharp with that whip. I was actually looking today at there was a fight between Catwoman and Bane where she was actually like handling him pretty good for a minute, and then he eventually like just knocks her out, throws her against the wall. Joseph Miga, Mayfex Batman. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's the Hush one. There's the Dark Knight Returns one coming out. The only Mayfex Batman I had was the first Dark Knight Rises one that they came out with, and I do like it, but I used that in, was it Dark Jedi Knight? For those of you who remember that deep cut into my animating history here. But I like that figure. It's pretty good. Kaimo, yeah. I haven't tried that. What I'm doing now is making the original animation slow without editing. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Latoya's buying China. Nice. Kirk Holland, so I'm out. I mean, be in the background, gonna keep practicing. Keep that wushu sharp. I like it. Kaimo says the SH Monster Arts Rodan Mothra set and the X Plus Yuji Sakai 1984 Godzilla looks so damn good. I do like that set, the Rodan and Mothra. I think they both look cool. Now the X Plus you're talking about, is that the one with the light up fins on his back? Because if so, yeah, that looks crazy. I sent that to my roommate. I'm like, you're going to buy this, right? And I could just hear him in his room like, probably, damn it, like getting mad because now he knows he has to spend all that money. Zombie says, just got the Figure Arts Rock for $25 from a comic shop having a clearance sale last one. I needed to finish the Figure Arts collection. Not a bad fig. Nice. All right. See, I never got any of those Figure Arts wrestling figures, but I did like the look of some of them. But I just knew I wasn't really going to do much with them. But basically, yeah, if you got the whole collection, that's cool. Hush Batman. Yeah, Hush Batman looks really good. Let's see. Logan Dottie. I hope when Godzilla vs. Kong, NECA makes a King Kong and any kaiju that appear in it. Somebody better make a Kong for the MonsterVerse. I like his design in Skull Island. I assume somebody will make one from Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know who, but hopefully somebody does. Get on that, please. I know from what I've seen of the promo art, he looks a little different in Godzilla vs. Kong. Like he's got a bigger, like a beard almost from just being old now. I don't know. I'm with it. Let's see. I'm not familiar with that use of the word cat. No, that's it's not something I've ever come across. Let's see. They're making a Dark Knight Returns Mayfex figure. Yeah, I was looking at that one. I do like it, but I mean I've got the Mezco versions, so I don't really need another one. And I think I have a Mattel version somewhere too. Yeah. So I got the two Mezco ones. I don't need to buy yet another one. But it does look great. So if anybody wants a high-end Batman figure from Dark Knight Returns, that one is probably going to be the one to get. Kane and The Undertaker are amazing, as well as the Steve Austin. Yeah, I really like the look of the Kane, actually. Kane was probably my favorite looking one that they've done. It's just something about that figure. Like, that gear with Kane, too, is, like, really just cool to look at. Not Your Average Basket Case. Gotta go soon. Had fun. Well, all right. Let me know. We'll send you on your way. Do I play Eddie in Tekken? In Tekken? I like King in Tekken. Like, he's really the only character I've ever been any good with, and I'm not even great at Tekken. I just like King because I like his visual, like, design. And plus, he does all the wrestling moves, so what's not to like? Let's see. Did I play Smash? I played Melee a lot. That's the GameCube one that I had. I've played a little bit of the new one for like the Switch. It's not bad. It's just, I just don't have a Switch, so I don't play it much. King. Yeah, that's my boy. What comic did Catwoman fight Bane? It's a recent issue, I think. I don't know if it's tied up with City of Bane. I'm not 100% sure. But I just saw somebody post about it today, so it might have like just come out today for all I know. Let's see. Direct exclusive has the light up fins. The standard has the original white fins. Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Okay, so the one I saw then was the light up fins. Latoya says, which king, regular or armor? I just prefer the regular one. It's just the regular, I think, like the purple gear and the leopard mask on his head, and he's not like looking anything. He looks like a luchador with a big animal head. Let's see, Not Your Average Basket Case. My dad just put a shelf for my Batman figure, and I wish I could take a picture because it looks sick. Which one? Or is that like a collection of Batman figures? Some of the ones I've been seeing lately have had, they're weird. They're like almost throwbacks to the Kenner, but they're not really. Like, there's a black costume Batman that almost looks like the old Toy Biz, like Michael Keaton Batman. There's a Poison Ivy. There's a Joker that looks like he's kind of reminiscent of like the Superpowers figure from way back in the day. I want to say there's one more. And then I know there's the other wave where it's like Killer Croc is the Build-A-Figure, and you get Alfred with like the movie face and the comic book face and all this. You get was it Dick Grayson Batman, which I was really hoping that figure turned out great, and in my opinion it didn't. So it's sad, I like that version of Batman a lot. Let's see. Also that Baji Kwan school gut. You lost me on that one. First Tekken game I played, mine's the legendary Tekken 3. I think I played two, but I never got good at it. The first one that I played regularly at all with like my buddies was Tekken Tag. Um, that was probably the one that I played the most. I have, I think, six, the PS3 out there, and it's not bad. I like it. Six sucked. Let's see. DC Direct Arkham Asylum with my own custom cape. Oh, okay. Nice. I didn't have the Arkham Asylum one. I had the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight one. I had Batman and Deathstroke, and they were both really good. I thought, actually, those were really nice figures. Not your average basket case. All right, well, glad you could stop in. Joseph Miga. Oh, I was about to read it, but it's gone now. Data Links Magnus. All right, man. Glad you could stop in. Let's see. Tekken 4 was awesome. See, I don't know enough about the Tekken franchise to be able to tell you which game was which. That's just not one of the ones I know. Like Mortal Kombat, I played the original 3. I played 4 a little bit. I did play Deception and Deadly Alliance in college a little. But, I kind of followed that franchise the whole way through. ARW stop motion. I want an Instagram giveaway. Ringside exclusive Elite 69 Rock. Is the figure a good one? A Ringside exclusive Rock? I think the Elite 69, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was a Walmart exclusive. And that's the one that Burnout Inc. actually might have been, he found for me and, helped me get that. If that's the figure I'm thinking of. It might not be. It might be totally different, but let's see. If that is the figure that you're thinking of, though, that Walmart exclusive, it's great. It's an awesome figure. Yeah, with the swap out hands, with the open hand and the fist and everything. He's got the shirt, the sunglasses. It's great. Get ready for the next battle. That sounds like Marvel vs. Capcom almost. Which, another great fighting game, by the way. Not the newest one, though. Not a big fan. Joseph Miga. I want a Joaquin Phoenix Joker figure. Surprising that there really isn't any merchandise based on Joker. I wouldn't be surprised to see, I don't know, like it'd have to be like Hot Toys or something that would do it. Or maybe Mezco 112. But yeah, it's not like a kid's movie, so it's probably not going to get like action figures that are, going to be on the shelves at like Target or anything. So I don't really know. Like NECA might be able to get a license for that. They'd probably do a good job. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, incredibly underrated. It's amazing. I have heard nothing but good things about that game, and I've yet to play it. So, one of these days I'll get there. Let's see. Oh, I thought it was a Ringside exclusive. Stupid me. Yeah, I don't... If that's the one you're talking about, then that's a Walmart thing. And it's great. It's definitely a good figure. It's probably my favorite Rock figure. Joseph Miga says maybe Figure Arts. That could be. I mean, I don't know. Because Figure Arts... Like, do they do a lot of movie stuff besides the Avengers? Well, they do Star Wars, too, so maybe. Honestly, Mafex does a lot of movie and comic book stuff. So they might get a figure out there, too. Let's see. Kaimo Films. How's the new Storm Scorpion? I saw Anthony's Customs review of it, and he was mixed. Well, to hear him say anything positive is pretty impressive, honestly. But I like it. I still prefer the one I just had over there, the original one. They could have done better on the gear, I think, because it's obviously inspired by like MK Trilogy, MK Ultimate 3, and all that, but there are things about the costume itself that aren't accurate to the game, which is kind of too bad. And it's also like a little bigger and bulkier than that version of Scorpion. The masks aren't perfect. Everybody hates the skull mask thing that goes on, but I don't see why it's really that bad. And I do remember actually Anthony's Customs was like, look, it doesn't even like line up with his actual skull. And I'm like, well, first of all, it's a mask. It doesn't need to. It's not supposed to actually be his face. And second, I don't know what's wrong with his figure, but mine lines up just fine. So maybe, I don't know. I can't make somebody like a figure if they already don't like it. But if you missed that first Scorpion, it's not a bad figure to have. I do like it a lot. Kaimo Film still doesn't like the skull mask. Makes sense though. Like a lot of people prefer the regular mask. Favorite belt designs? Old school, the oval Intercontinental belt from the Attitude Era, like that. Especially if you had it on the purple strap, like the Rock had. It was tight. I loved it. Let's see. Before I die, please play Def Jam Fight for New York. It still holds up. I've heard the Def Jam series. I've watched 616's video about Def Jam. Was it Vendetta or was it Fight for New York? I don't remember. I can't remember. It was one of those Def Jam games though. That guy's hard to satisfy. He's like the Dave Meltzer of figure reviews. I mean, if he just reports a bunch of like rumors, then sure. But yeah, no, I see what you mean though. He's weird. He's very picky about things he doesn't care about, but when it's a franchise he likes, he's willing to overlook like glaring things that are like wrong with the figure. Like I remember, what was it? Like Street Fighter he loves, and the classic Akuma came out, the Storm one that I've got on the shelf up there. There you go. And that figure cannot move its ankles. Like I don't care. Like it's very tough to do. And he was like, "Oh, this is the best Akuma, better than the other ones." And I'm like, "The figure arts one can actually get into these poses, though." Like, I don't know. Like, I like them both a lot, but come on now. Let's see. Which Ninja Turtles? 80s, 90s, or 03? Well, so, okay. Are you talking comics, old cartoon, 2000s cartoon? It's tough. I mean, they're all good for different reasons. Like the 2003 ones did a great job adapting a lot of the earlier comics from the 80s while also adding their own little bits of the lore, like Utrom Shredder. Come on. That was so cool. Like, I'm like, that's pretty good. Let's see. If I could pick... I missed it. That went away. Favorite Dolph Ziggler Elite? I don't really know. I don't think I have any Dolph Ziggler Elites. Let's see. The first one was Vendetta, which is a wrestling game. The second was Fight for New York, which is a street fighting game. Okay. So Vendetta was the one he was talking about then. Let's see. I couldn't tell if your channel update hinted at JWF, but I really hope so. No, it didn't. It basically said the two things that were coming, and Wolverine, as per his character in my videos, always likes to ask me about JWF, whether it's coming or not. So, there you go. Kaimo, I just didn't like the skull design. Looks a little gummy and chewy. For me, it looks like a hybrid of a regular mask and a skull. I know that's what it's supposed to be. The thing is, it's based on... Like, he never wears that in the game. It's based on the character select screen. So, like, as you select him in, when you're picking your fighter, he has, like, a face that looks like a skull, and the mask is, like, representing, like, the bottom part of it. Which is why if you look at Big Bad Toy Store's exclusive version, it's got, like, a skull underneath. Like, it's just a white skull with, like, the eyes hollow missing. And that's kind of what they're going for with that mask. But, yeah, he never wears that in the game. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing. To be honest, the mask he actually wears in the game doesn't come with a figure at all. So, it's a little weird. Nice cameos in 616 videos. Thank you. And Ian's a good man. Let's see. Wang Jinrei. Tai. That Baji Kwanma. Bazong A Schools. Check out Jinrei. Also from other games. Ryu. Virture. Ken. Ansatsu Ken. Akuma. Not my style. I don't know if that's supposed to go with something else that I might have missed. Ninja Turtles as in cartoons. Okay. Well, the 80s and 90s cartoon is the same thing. And 2003, I liked it. Like I said, I've been watching the 2013 one, which I think is probably... I'm enjoying it a lot. Mortal Kombat better be good. Oh, just you wait. You're going to have fun with it. More fun than you will ever want to admit. Let's see. Candaris Dupree art. I just finished Watchmen for the first time. What review are y'all talking about? You talking about like figure reviewers? Somebody brought up Anthony's Customs before, and I was like saying that he's not usually impressed by a lot of things. Are you talking about the Watchmen, the TV show? Because I've been hearing that that's pretty good. What do you think of it? Next figure view, white suit. Yeah, dude. I mean, I miss the white suit. I must be like in a heel role right now where I'm in all black, but the white suit figure, I did have it laying around here recently, but oh yeah, here he is. It's yeah, it's served its purpose, let me tell you. Poor guy. But can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Swig a beer for the word, man. Did I like... Oh, well, let's go with CWS figs first. If I could pick one comic book character-based attire that Rey Mysterio should wear, what would it be? Has he done Deathstroke? Because that would be awesome. Like a half blue, half orange mask. Come on. That'd be sick. Get on it, Ray Ray. Did I like Killer Instinct? I've only played that a couple times. It's not bad. It's just not one of my favorites. Let's see. 2012 Turtles are my favorites, says Kendarius Dupree. Nice. Okay. Yes, it goes with something else. Tech. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense because we were talking about like King and like all these other forms before. Joseph Miga, Glenn Webb, a classic. R.I.P. One of the best to ever do it, man. Glenn could get you in and out of a review in 5-6 minutes. You learned everything you wanted to know about the figure. It was entertaining. What more could you want? Gandarius. Nah, I finished the book. The TV show looks interesting, though. Oh, okay. Have you seen the movie prior to the book? Or, like, was this completely new for you? Because I like Watchmen. The book was really good. Certain parts of it, I was glad that they left out of the movie, just because it's a little easier to digest something like that in the comics than it is in the movies. But, yeah, overall, I thought it was good. Kaimo said, like I said the other week, if you got nothing planned with that body, send it my way. I currently have nothing planned with it, but, you know, if it winds up where I just don't have anything to do with it, yeah, let me know. Him and Craig, yeah. I like their podcast with Articulation Assembled. They would just sit there and talk about like the new figures coming out, and then they would have like a different topic of discussion on every episode. So they would talk about like the Fantastic Four, like all the cartoons leading up to that movie that came out a few years ago that everybody hated. Oh, excuse me. There was like was it some of the Deadpool movie was one of them, I think. Let's see. Did I like the new Dark Side of Rey Mysterio when he beat down Brock with a lead pipe? Anybody that hurts Brock Lesnar, I'm on board. Do it. Kendarius Dupree. Completely new. Never expected the villain to win, though. Like, yikes. And it's crazy because, like, even if they could stop him, they're like, right, if we undo everything he just did, then the world is probably just going to still go right back to, like, you know, about to kill each other. Like, you can't do that. Yawning from the beer. I think I'm yawning because I got up early and went to work and all that today. But I'll just blame the beer. It seems cooler. What did I miss? Latoya says, favorite fighting games 1 through 5. Okay, we can only do... That's not easy. That's really not easy. Okay. I had a lot of fun. Like, I'll just list them in no particular order. I had a lot of fun with Mortal Kombat 9. I really like Mortal Kombat 11. Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate 3 was a lot of fun. Damn. I want to put Street Fighter on there, but Street Fighter... I like Street Fighter 5, but I wouldn't maybe put up... That's tough. Okay. I got those 3. There's got to be a Soul Calibur game and a Street Fighter game on there, so I'm going to go with the newest version of each one. Let's see. Favorite fighting games. Okay, Latoya says Def Jam, Fight for New York, Virtua Fighter, Tekken, Bloody Roar, Injustice. Oh, okay, Injustice 1. Okay, so we're going to take the new Street Fighter off of there and put Injustice 1 on there. And I like 2. 2 was fun, but I just didn't play it as much. What is better, SH Figure Arts or Storm Collectibles? It's completely up to what kind of figures you like. Figure Arts, you're probably going to be able to move them more and pose them more because they're not going to have as much bulk getting in the way of the joints and the articulation. But Storm, I don't know. I just like Storm, so I keep collecting them. I do have a couple of the Figure Arts. They are in the living room. I was just like kind of looking around. I'm like, what happened to my Figure Arts? But then I remembered they're out there. I only have a few of them though. Let's see. ARW. Joseph B. No mention of Smash. Unsubscribe. Sorry. I'll make this the last hurrah here for tonight. ARW Stop Motion's favorite rapper, favorite pop artist, and favorite overall. Rapper. That's not easy. Okay. I used to like Shine back in 2000, 2001 to whatever around that time. MF Doom, he's a lot of fun. Aesop Rock, it's like a more alternative rap. It's not like, you're not going to hear it on Kiss FM or anything, but probably somebody like that. Pop, it's Justin Timberlake, can't go wrong. If you're going older pop, Genesis, they're great. Overall, I mean, I don't know, I'm a Black Sabbath guy, so we'll go with that. Did I like Cena's rap album? I don't know. I mean, I think I downloaded one of the songs, and I was like, this is more than enough for me to determine that I don't need any more. All right. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, Def Jam Fight for New York, MK Trilogy, Capcom vs. X-Men 2, Tekken 2 and 3. Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad either. All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it through yet another wonderful episode of the Captain's Log. Feel free to go back and watch this delightful Scorpion review if you just haven't had enough of me droning on about things for the night. And, if you have already, go just get a thumbs up for it. You'd be doing me a huge favor. And besides that, be right back here this time next week. Same Vader time, same Captain channel right here on the Captain's Log. Swig a beer for all of my delightful guests, and we'll catch you in the next